Middle of the 80s, pretty good for me. College student in Edinburgh. Tuesday night discipleship class. Thursday night celebration. I even started Christian programming on WFSC, the campus radio station. I had a lot of encouragement, a lot of fellowship with college-age students. So my middle 80s were pretty good. But this morning, I'm here to talk to you about the end of the 80s. Some dates you never forget. So here I was counseling teenagers, has always been my specialty. And I was running the youth group at my church. I was leading worship, and whenever the pastor would be sick or on vacation, I would preach in his absence. And actually, I was becoming quite known in the area, in the Edinburgh area, Crawford County, and I was doing a lot of preaching. But I was living a duplicitous life. I was a hypocrite. On one hand, I was teaching the youth group kids to remain abstinent, but I started my own prodigal son journey. And I can remember my girlfriend at the time saying, "Mark, I'm pregnant." Yeah, that's a tough one to hear when you're leading the youth group at your church and everybody thinks you're one heck of a great Christian guy. So I said to her, well, why don't you have the baby and I will financially be responsible for it, but I'm not getting married. I'm not going to be a father. And she couldn't handle that answer. And I said, well, why don't you have the baby and put it up for adoption, and that's a good thing. And as a matter of fact, I have an aunt who was never able to have her own children, so I bet you she'd adopt, and my girlfriend couldn't do that either. And so, wow, anniversaries, I remember anniversaries. It was December 31st, 1987, the last day of that year, and I found myself in a Planned Parenthood clinic in a city with my girlfriend, and as my first child was being aborted, I was staring at 3 or 4 young girls who appeared to be 18, 19, 20. So, years later, I received a letter in the mail from that woman, and she said that she believed we conceived a girl, and she named our daughter Gracie Lee. Gracie after God's grace, and Lee was my dad's middle name. That hurt. And if my daughter Gracie were alive today, she'd be 30.